it's a sense of taking decisions, micro decisions, about what you want to bring into your life that you've had in your life. So whether you've enjoyed the meditation, whether you've enjoyed the yoga, the noble silence, the coaching, whatever it is, just deciding to take one thing at a time to set you up for success, rather than taking it all on. Just decide one thing that you want to do over the first few weeks, and then just gently introduce that into your daily life. It's really thinking about the micro, really thinking about what it is that you want to integrate when you move back into your so-called old life. You as a person have changed because of the experience you've had here, whether you've been here a week or a month or even longer, right? So the experience that you've had in the community with counselors or a coach, with the yoga sessions, etc., has changed you. So it's thinking about how you can integrate that back into your life realistically, okay? Because we can't all live in this so-called new Life Portugal bubble, right? We all want to take it home with us, but we can't live in it. So it's being realistic about what it is that you can integrate. So whether it's just literally micro things like taking 3 deep breaths in the morning as you wake up, okay? Mindful breaths. That is integrating New Life Portugal into your daily life, right? So it doesn't have to be complicated. And the more you do it, the more you will do it, right? It's like building up a muscle. So start small, do a few deep breaths, have a mindful cup of coffee, do some movements, have a meditation for a couple of minutes, and then build up. Because if you decide to take it all home very enthusiastically, and then a couple of weeks later, that the routine hasn't happened, that's disappointing, right? So my advice is to really take it slowly, take what you can and integrate it properly and sort of realistically into your life. Putting it in your calendar, literally being really, really granular about that. Like, what do I want to do on a Monday afternoon or lunchtime or whatever it is that you choose to decide to integrate it back into your life. Actually put it physically in the calendar and decide, okay, once a week, I want to do a yoga class, or once a week, I want to do a meditation, and pick the day and actually schedule it in your calendar. And you're more likely to do it if it's in your calendar and if you've actually decided to do it. So before you go home, or when you do get home in the first few days, really decide what it is that you want to share with your family. And perhaps you're not ready to, and that's okay too. So it's really coming up with a script, really coming up with a sentence with kindness, saying, look, I'm going, I've gone through a lot, or I've experienced a lot, or I have, processed a lot. And right now I'm still trying to figure that out. So when I have figured that out, I'm happy to share. But right now, it just feels like I need some time. So really putting in like acknowledging that they, the request from others that they want to know, they're curious about your experience, but that you just need some time, and that you'll get back to them, maybe next week or the following week, or when it's time for you. And with that, they will respect that boundary because you're respecting it as well. If it's a partner, it's the same thing, right? You've gone through a big change. There's a lot that you need to process, and that might take a few days, a few weeks, a few months. Letting your partner know that you've been through something big, something that's requires you to take a little bit more time, and need the respectful space to be able to do that. Just knowing that you've heard that they are curious about it, but that right now there's only so much you can share with them, would be my way of approaching that. Yeah. So when you want to start setting boundaries in tricky social situations, especially with New Year's and Christmas coming up, there might be a lot of family gatherings. So this can be a stressful time of year. So it's really about, first of all, thinking about what it is that you want to do before you even enter a social situation, right? And then being mindful and really practicing what we teach here and what you've learned here, which is being mindful about what the body is doing while it's being reacted or triggered or activated. So it's about pausing, right? It's about not reacting, but responding and having that pause of thinking about what it is that I want to react to. What do I respond to, right? So it's that choice. And then coming up with some scripts beforehand saying, you know, if you're vegetarian and your family's not vegetarian and they're pushing that, you know, saying, you know, very gently saying, you know, this is my choice. And I really would appreciate that you respect that choice over this Christmas season, or whatever it is that you feel you're being pushed with. If you're feeling activated because certain family members are saying things that you don't believe in, or that you don't understand. Maybe it's about instead of reacting, it's more about responding, and maybe taking yourself out of the situation and going to get a cup of coffee in the kitchen, or deciding that you want to go for a walk. So really creating some space around these family situations, these intense situations, and not only over the festive holidays. I think it's just coming back from new life into your own space also requires your own boundaries, your own space, right? So taking those walks, taking some time in a safe space that you've created in the house. So really, just the nutshell is just uh, really listening to the body and what it's saying to you, so that when it does feel activated, that you're able to take yourself away from that.